doing great.
All right, how about yourself?
You ended the CBI with a win. What did you see out of the team today? And how good does it feel to end with a win?
Good, yeah. I mean, I think the group grew into the game a little bit at the start. Again, trying to continue to integrate guys back into the mix and players back in. I think it took us a few minutes just to kind of situate ourselves, to deal with their pressure, all those kinds of things. But I think we grew into the game, and as the game went on, I thought we did a lot of nice things and created chances. And again, dealt with a team that's not easy to play against, and the way they press and the way they move. And I thought we did a good job of dealing with that. Again, we got a shutout, which I think is big for us. We made some good plays in front of the goal and kept it stable through the course of the game. I think we got some work in our kind of a mid-block where we were just condensing the spaces and making it difficult for them. And I think once we did that, we started to take away some of their strengths as well. So I'm pleased. It's always good just emotionally to win the last game. Once you conclude a training camp, to get a win is good. Other important parts, Diego just came back from Texas. He was there yesterday, here today, so he got in the game. Mark was away and then back. And so, again, just integrating some guys. Johnny got some minutes. Ricky got some more minutes. Danny got some more minutes. So inside of all that, that's probably the most important thing, is that we keep progressing the group and we keep getting guys fit and getting guys healthy and getting them ready for the season.
You did mention the shutout. Do you attribute that to maybe the back line seeing a little bit more time together over the past couple of weeks? And then what did you see out of Julian Aude in particular, especially for him to get his goal and to get forward?
Yeah. Well, yeah, I thought the back line did a nice job, and I think with John, back there, his communication and his direction was helpful. He made some executive decisions sometimes to push the group up and to play long, which just kind of took some moments of where we weren't getting out clean. It took some pressure off us. So I just thought we made good decisions over the course of the stretch of the game. It wasn't that we were perfect and we had to withstand a couple moments where maybe they weren't as sharp as they wanted to be, but we made some plays, we made some good decisions. We didn't do anything to hurt ourselves through the course of the game, which is a real positive as you're working through some of the things and integrating guys back on the field. Julian, I thought he had a really strong game. Again, I thought the things that we've been talking with him about, just being aware of his surroundings, reading what's going to happen before it happens, being proactive, communicating. Like, I heard him really giving direction out there and communicating. We know he's competitive. He has the physical tools to do a nice job. He makes a great play late in the game to cut off a cross that's coming in. He makes a back post play. And like you said, obviously on the attacking side, he had some really good moments, including the goal was a heck of a run. So I thought he had just a strong day, but for most important for us is Julian just continues to be strong on the defensive side, and the rest of it will continue to grow with him. So we were pleased with that.
And, I know Gaston's working his way back to full fitness.
Sure.
But we saw a lot of minutes out of Edwin Cedillo today, and, I think he performed admirably. What do you see from him, like, stepping into Gaston's role? And do you feel like there's do you feel like he has enough in his locker to adequately, spell Gaston in those moments when he's not either fully fit or going to get the start?
Yeah, I think Edwin has done a great job through all of preseason. I think his upside is huge. He's got a great engine, covers ground beautifully. He's got a presence physically. He can escape on the dribble. He's also a good passer. I thought he had a really nice game and just kind of reading situations and helping us to break things up. If the game gets behind him, he's got recovery speed, which is also good for us. I think he's had a great preseason. As we kind of win time for Gaston to continue to get healthy, he's still got a little ways to go, but the two of them can certainly take their spells covering that. I also want to see Gaston a little higher at times, maybe, and that's something we talked about last year, and something that we would like to see more this year, especially if Edwin continues to grow into the role and do his job.
You mentioned players coming back and stuff like that. Obviously, you guys have some DPs coming in as well. One's not all the way official, but we have good news about that.
Yep.
When do you see Gabriel Peck coming in, and then your second DP potentially joining the team?
Gabriel should be in this week. I would say Wednesday or at the latest Thursday, it sounds like. The other player is nearby and should be integrated really quickly. And so if we can get visas done and all those things taken care of, it's possible that both could be available for the match this weekend.
And then finally, you have a home opener next weekend. It's going to be a huge affair,
Sure.
sellout. Some guy that you might have heard of, Leo
Yeah,
Messi,
yeah.
is going to be there. So of course that's going to dominate headlines. But how do you prepare for that kind of, for lack of a better term, circus or like just huge event? How do you keep the players focused and just really centered in despite everything
sure.
else that's going on?
Yeah, I think from the players' perspective, we just got to concentrate on the game and the things that we need to execute upon to be successful. I mean, obviously they're a team with Leo Messi, but also with some other players that are
Right.
talented that can hurt you as well. And so we need to be really locked in on sort of our collective work, because I don't know that any one guy is going to deal with Messi, right? And so collectively we've got to be able to defend well. We've got to take away spaces. And the thing is, you can't have 1 second of lapse, because that is 1 second of lapse, one half chance, one missed assignment, and they can make you pay. He can make you pay. And so we can't really get bothered with all the things that are going on around. We really have to be concentrated for the full 90 minutes of every detail in every situation, so that we can take care of it on the defensive end, and then we need to be good with the ball. We need to force them to have to defend us in stretches, and those guys who are who love to have the ball and love to play with the ball, we have to make them have to defend and have to protect their team. And so we need to be good with the ball, and we need to punish them when we have our possessions and when we create our attacks. And if we can do that, then and stay really collectively aware and connected, then we can certainly get a good result out of this thing. And it would be wonderful to start the season that way, and that kind of with that kind of environment. But we're looking forward. This game has really got the attention of the group, and you can see the focus continue to build, and as guys have gotten reintegrated, you can tell they are very locked in on this, not just the first game, but the start of this season.
So as I mentioned, I asked you about the DPs. Do you feel like after those DPs are in, we heard Will say that the DPs are the focus, and then everything else will fall into place. Do you feel like you guys are done adding to the group after those 2 DPs, or there might still be space to bring in 1 or 2 more faces?
Yeah, I mean, there's still a little work to do in terms of just overall settling the roster. Obviously, getting the 2 DPs is key for us, and getting them integrated. We'll see, and we'll try to work his magic any way possible to see what space we have and what opportunities are out there for anything else that we could add within the group. But now I think with the season upon us and integrating these last pieces and the guys who are getting healthy, integrating them, that's my focus. If there's any other piece out there that can help to improve the team, then that's great. But right now we've got a group, and we've got to be ready to move forward and attack the season.
Thanks, Craig.
Yeah, thank you.